What if I told you the world's next war could be over a reef? Not oil, not religion, not even political belief. Just a few coral bumps barely visible at high tide. But underneath, oil, gas, fish, trade, pride, and above all, position. In a world ruled by supply chains and sea lanes, controlling the South China Sea isn't just strategy. It's sovereignty with dividends. Because if you own the reef, you own the sea. And if you own the sea, you set the rules. So, in the South China Sea, everyone wants a piece. Let's meet the neighbors. Not the friendly ones with cookies. The ones with claims, scars, and sonar. Vietnam fought China in 1974 and 1988 over the reefs. Lost lives. Lost ground. Still sells China billions in goods every year. Malaysia, quiet in public, anxious in private, files diplomatic protests, then hosts Chinese companies for palm oil and AI deals. The Philippines won a legal battle against China in 2016. China shrugged and built an airbase anyway. Still ships bananas north and buys solar panels from Beijing. They all have historic wounds, but economic ties. Forget the old saying, "The enemy of my enemy is my friend." These days, it's more like, as long as you buy from me, you're my friend. Then came the tariffs. In 2018, Trump launched Trade War I. Target, China. ASEAN stayed neutral, smiling, watching, exporting more as factories fled China. Vietnamese ports got busy exporting the same goods with new labels. It was less decoupling and more creative forwarding. But in 2025, Trump returned with Trade War 2.0. And this time, ASEAN got caught in the blast. Vietnam, 46% tariff. Malaysia, 24%. Even close allies weren't spared. Stock markets plunged, factories panicked, and US buyers? Confused. So what did China do when Trump announced the tariffs? Send a submarine? No. Xi sent himself. In April 2025, he toured Malaysia, Vietnam, Cambodia, armed with charm, loans, and construction blueprints. 45 deals in Vietnam, 30 MOUs in Malaysia. Red carpets, smiling presidents. The optics? Flawless. The timing? Surgical. China's message was simple. Stick with us. Not the country that just tariffed your socks. And at first, it worked. Photos with flags. Speeches about Asian unity. Then Xi flew home. And suddenly, Vietnam signed a deal to buy 24 US F-16s. Malaysia looked into Boeing jets rejected by Beijing. Both released soft pro-US statements. ASEAN had smiled at China's money and then turned to America for weapons. Because in the South China Sea, no one wants to choose sides. But everyone wants an option. And here's the awkward truth. China bullies in the sea, but bankrolls on land. It builds dams, bridges, power plants, and throws around Belt and Road loans like confetti. So if you complain about that Chinese Coast Guard ship, you might also lose that Chinese-funded highway. Diplomacy becomes a tightrope in typhoon season. ASEAN leaders smile for summit photos, then privately Google how to say no in Mandarin. The message is clear. China's checkbook speaks louder than UNCLOS. So what's the real game here? China builds reefs. The US sends warships. ASEAN signs deals and watches the tides. They all trade. They all spy. They all pretend peace is permanent while planning for what's next. This isn't just a dispute over rocks. It's a race for regional power. US is retaining its top China's playing a catch-up game ASEAN, busy being a middleman, and the rest of us? We just want peace. And maybe a phone that's just a phone. Thank you for watching PastCast. where the past echoes through today. If you enjoyed the satire, scrolls, and scandals, like, subscribe, and ring the bell before the next empire falls.